Hello, and welcome to Oldie but a Goodie, the show where we rate it between an oldie but a goodie. What is it? The movie that we watched. It is the first week of March. I'm joined by Sandro, who would like to tell you an oldie's not necessarily bad, although some of them have been quite bad, and a goodie's not necessarily good. It's just good.
So Zach, what you saying?
What I'm saying is
What
it's
you're
rated
saying-
an oldie but a goodie.
The show is called Oldie but a Goodie.
Yes,
We're watching films and being like, are they oldies or goodies?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the show.
Now, if anybody hasn't got it yet, all right, we're done with that. How you doing, Sandra?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, no,
I haven't slept in a while.
Yeah, okay, well, you should do that.
But aside from that,
Yeah.
revving to go, vroom vroom.
All right. This week, we watched an amazing movie. I was not expecting it to be this good.
Same.
It was great.
I also wasn't expecting there to be construction going on
yeah.
at my house today.
Yeah,
so if you hear a drill or if you hear the faint sounds of commercial radio, that's just people next to where we record.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good feature.
What was that?
That was the
I think you should do it again.
work stuff. Didn't you hear it?
No.
Let's wait 10 seconds and see if there's another one. See, there it goes again. Yeah. Anyway, this week we watched an amazing movie called Goodie. And it was actually great. I'm so glad I picked this movie. This movie, every second line was an amazing quote. Every section. It did get a little stale in the middle. I'll give it that. I was like, all right, come on, get to the bit where it changed it up. But it didn't take very long before it got back into the swing of things, and I was really happy with it.
Yeah, I was pretty pleasantly surprised by it as well. I sort of went into it being like, oh, it looks like just your typical insult-based comedy. Yeah, but no, it was a bit of fun.
I thought it was going to be a lot more cringy, but I don't think I cringed once.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it was more. I didn't cringe. I was really happy with the lines because the lines were cringy, but they were really well executed.
Yeah,
all of the cast did their work really well. They because with a lot of old movies, it can sometimes be they say the lines and they're good lines, but they say them weird.
Yeah, fair.
Which makes them feel weird. Or it's the other way around where they have bad lines, but they say it really well.
Yeah.
So it's I'm confused because it sounds natural, but that's a really weird line to say. So
yeah, no, it's true.
It can go either way.
Yeah.
But I thought they did really well on this one.
Yeah. So you did choose what we did this week.
Yeah. I chose it out of a few different movies, but I was definitely this is the one. This is the one I want. What was the other one?
Yeah, other choices are weird, man. You've got one of them is a Charlie Sheen action comedy thing.
That wouldn't have been bad.
Apparently, it's just car chases. The whole film is just a bunch of car chases.
It's comedy. Okay.
And I don't know, the Red Hot Chili
worst,
Peppers did songs for the soundtrack, which is kind of cool. But
I feel like that wouldn't have been too bad. I would have. If that's definitely my second choice, I think is the chase. If we could do that one.
And then the other one was this film called Angie, which is Gina Davis. I think it's just a typical rom-com based off a book.
Yeah, no, I'm never. Look, I don't like romance.
Sure.
I'm not afraid to say that.
Just in general.
I was gonna
You're
say,
not a fan.
No, I was gonna say, no, I'm not a big fan of rom-coms. Just romance in general in movies tends to
as a genre, yeah. Especially in the 90s, they were all they're the same film.
Modern stuff I've actually enjoyed a bit more. But old romance, it's just this is not enjoyable in any fashion whatsoever.
Yeah, they're very cookie.
Yeah, they're cookie cutter, and they all
sort of
same thing over and over again. It's
But let's get into Goodie.
Yeah,
so
Goodie.
You chose it. We've seen it now for the details behind it. So it was released 4th of March, 94. The poster was the first thing that I saw of this.
Oh yes, you showed me the poster. It's amazing.
It's incredible. So it's against a white background.
Yeah.
You've got this large family.
Yeah, in the center, all sort of bunched together for a big photo. It's very comical.
You've got the film's title, Greedy. You've got the cast up the top. But then you've got the tagline, which takes up a solid 40% of this poster.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
It's a great tagline.
And it reads, oh sure, they're two-faced, backstabbing, money-grubbing, buck-chasing, brown-nosing, shriveling weasels. But hey, they're family.
Aww.
It's great.
It's pretty good.
Amazing.
The director,
one
named Jonathan Lynn.
Uh-huh.
All throughout this film, I was going, Zach, this film reminds me of another film that I know that this director has made. When you hear it, your mind's going to go, boom, yes, of course. It all makes perfect sense. He directed Clue.
Now that does make sense. I see it now. I wasn't thinking of it before, but now it makes sense.
It is sort of in the same vein. It's not as satirical as Clue.
Yeah, no.
But it's definitely got the same...
same sort of thing going for it with the people.
And plot twists and everything. Yeah.
I like the plot twists in the movie. I thought it was good.
It might have even been filmed in the same mansion as Clue was.
Oh,
that
yeah.
surprised me.
Yeah, no, that would make sense because when you got a mansion for a set, you might as well reuse it.
It's true. It was also written by the writing duo Llewellyn Gans and Bambaloo Mandel. I love those names.
Yeah,
they're
good. Pretty solid.
They've done heaps of stuff. Most recently, the Tooth Fairy movie.
Great. Yep, nope, that's real good.
It makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense though. But yeah, Tooth Fairy, it was alright. I like The Rock. I can't.
What was the sequel they made with
that?
I
I do not actually remember. I remember they came out with a sequel, but that's literally all I can remember. That's how badly that movie just not.
Dear me. The lead of the film, of course, Michael J. Fox.
Yep.
We all know him. Back to the Future.
Hey, Marty, we're gonna go Back to the Future.
Oh, jeez, Rick. I don't know, Rick. Oh, wait.
That's the wrong franchise, Marty.
Marty. This came out.
We're a parody.
This came out in the era where Michael J. Fox was in every single film ever. He was in 3 films a year.
No, it was great.
He was doing his thing. It was good on him.
He was great in this movie. So
he was really good. I forgot how much I missed classic Michael J. Fox.
He's real good.
It also stars the legend himself, Kirk Douglas.
Good old Kirky boy.
If you don't know what he's done, let me just quickly run through it decade by decade. In the 50s, 20 Leagues Under the Sea.
Good one.
In the 60s, he was Spartacus.
Oh.
He did tons and tons of Oscar bait in the 70s.
Nice.
And then in the 80s, The Man from Snowy River. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We love that film in Australia.
Yeah.
Man from... You know what? I doubt that if you approach a single Aussie and you go, have you seen Man from Snowy River? None of them are going to say no. Yeah, Every single Australian has seen that film.
Yeah, no.
We love that movie.
Understandable.
It also stars a very, very young Kirsten Dunst for one scene.
Which is what everyone needed.
And so with all that star power behind it...
Yeah.
I think it might cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, so this movie, I'm really interested in all these facts, the score and everything. So, what do I think it cost?
Yeah, what do you think it cost?
I'm gonna say 20 mil.
We're pretty close, 23 million. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it make? Now, I want this movie to succeed because it was actually very enjoyable for me. So I want to say it made 40?
Ooh,
not quite.
No. Unfortunately, it came out around Ace Ventura. It seems like every film that came out within a 2-month span of Ace Ventura didn't do super well.
27 million.
Ooh, no. Lower than that.
Lower? What? No.
Yeah, only made...
Did it at least make 23?
No.
Oh,
Minus
really?
10 from that, and you're correct.
No.
$13 million budget. It bombed like crazy.
What?
Yeah.
But it was so good.
The critics didn't like it either.
What? The critics were wrong.
Do you want to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score?
Well, if it's bombed this hard, it's going to be 30%.
28%. Yeah.
28%. Yeah, see? I got it again. Yikes.
What do you think the people who went to see the film thought of it, though?
It was great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I gave it a B+ in cinema score. So
That's well deserved.
Pretty
B+.
solid.
I think that was good B+.
So
I think B+ is exactly where I'd put it as well.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's get into the film then.
Let's just jump into it. All right. So it starts off with a little black and white musical sort of thing.
Actually, could you move just a little bit closer to the
sorry.
mic?
Yep.
Just so it might be.
Yeah,
easier
no,
to
it
cut
might
out.
not be picking me up because I was facing away.
I'm not gonna
Whoops.
cut this either, by the way. I'm just gonna leave it all in.
You're just gonna leave.
I'm not
all
editing
all
this
in?
episode.
No, you have to edit the whole start. It was awful. I don't edit this bit though.
No.
All right, so let's just jump into it. So it starts off with the black and white music
Yeah.
of the song called Inka Dinka Doo. Where's got this old guy?
Yeah.
And by old guy I mean like he's in his like 50s, but this was like 100 years ago, so it's old now. But he goes Inka Dinka Doo.
I think his name is Jimmy Durant. I've got here.
Jimmy Durant.
Jimmy
And that's
Durant.
what I'll do.
Sounds a bit like
He
that.
goes this. A Inka Dinka Doo.
It was a fun song. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good little song, and it's important because later on it comes up again.
Yeah. I like the moment, there's a moment where he's having some bants with the band.
Yeah, that's
And
a
he's
very
like-
famous song, and it's
Yeah.
like,
And he's like,
Oh,
I want to
stop the
say
music.
something. And then the horn keeps going, and he's like, shut up, horn.
yeah, it's great.
It's good.
Anyway.
But obviously, he doesn't say shut up, horn.
No,
Because that is in the 30s.
is shut up a bad word?
In
for
the
90
20s? Probably.
Really? Wow.
Probably.
Anyway,
Everything was a bad word in the 20s.
yeah,
you
you're
walk
right.
down the street and go, look at my knee.
no.
Everyone's like, ah!
How dare he show his kneecaps? Unbearable. It has like the opening credits with
Yeah.
this music. Then it cuts to a family, and it's a nice, happy family. The parents come in to wake up the kids, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna Uncle John's," and the kids are like, "No."
Not Uncle Joe's. They're really, really upset by this.
Yeah, no, they were really upset.
They're so upset they resort to violence.
Yes, no, I was very confused by this opening, which is fair. It's meant to be. So the kids come out and they like run down the stairs and they're like, "No, please, we'll do chores for weeks.
Yeah.
Just don't make us go to Uncle Joe's." And they're like, "No, kids, we have to go now." And then one has like a lightsaber sword. He's like, "No, I'm not going." And then his dad goes like, "Come on, you wouldn't hit your dad." Then he hits him
Yeah, it
right
does.
on the head. Just
Straight
gives
up
him
does
a
it.
whack.
Um.
I wrote down here, already this family is the worst.
Oh yeah. This is one of the worst movie families I think I've seen in a,
Yeah, and
in
it
a while.
only gets worse.
Only
It's
gets
great.
worse. I'm a little confused as to why the kids don't want to go because there's nothing really inhibiting the kids' fun when they go to, over
yeah,
to
I
Uncle
guess-
Joe's. They're not really in the picture much.
No, I think it's not shown very much in the movie, but like they use the kids to try and get on his good side.
No, okay. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of that. Yeah.
There was a little bit of that, but I think it's implied that there's a lot more because they're both named Joel and Joel.
That's right, they are, aren't they?
Remember? To be named after him to try and just get on his good side. So
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah, so they could go over to this mansion. At this point, like, none of the cast members or any of the leading
but
cast
they're
members.
still good. So they come in.
Yeah.
They're there early, like 3 hours early, because they want to be early so that no one talks about them behind their back. It's revealed later on it's because they want the money.
Yeah.
They like his money, not Joel.
I was also a little confused as, like, what their relationship to Joe was, because, like...
Oh yeah, Joe, not
Is
Joel.
it Joe? He's clearly much older than them. And
Yeah.
at first I was like, are they calling their grandparent or their parent uncle?
He's
But
their
none-
extremely rich uncle.
But none of their parents, who would be his cousins, are going over to...
No, I think they're all dead.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's mentioned once during the movie. It's at the very end when they're doing the whole fight with his dad or something.
That will make more sense later on.
Yeah, we'll explain this bit. There's
That's
a scene
the gun
like,
on the mantelpiece.
yeah.
We'll pick it up later.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it.
It's explained that he'll outlive their children just like he did their parents or something like that. He says that line. It's just one line in the film that I remember.
Interesting.
But anyway.
So a bunch more of these cousins show up.
Let's go back to the future.
Ooh. A bunch more of these cousins show up. So they're all in like the main room.
Yeah.
And this maid comes running down the stairs being like, he's dead.
And the kids are like, yes!
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And everyone's celebrating. Yeah, as you mentioned, kids high-fiving.
Yeah,
kids just
it's
getting
great.
well into it. These poor kids, they're going to grow up to be some sort
piece of work.
Yeah,
anyway.
100%. So they go up to the uncle's room, expecting to see him dead, but it's not him.
Yeah.
It's a doctor that came over.
It was the doctor that was working on him had died.
Yeah. And then Uncle Joe rolls out in his wheelchair and he's like, "Hey, fam."
Yeah, what did you think I was dead, you idiots?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, I mean, yes, you're not dead, yay. Because they clearly hate him.
And then they go down to the dining room to have some food.
Just as they're going down, because he's got a wheelchair, he has like a little elevator thing that he uses to get down the stairs. One of the kids says, "Why don't we cut the cable?" And the dad replies, "It's too thick." Now, come on.
These kids, I tell you.
But to be fair, the dad's just as bad.
The dad's pretty awful.
The dad's worse, actually, I should say. But yeah, it's great. The lines, I wrote down, the lines are so good. Like, every second line is like a quotable line, which is amazing. It's great.
It is fun.
Then the rest of the cousins arrive and they're like, "Oh, we saw an ambulance. Is he finally dead?" And he's like, no, it wasn't him. It was the doctor. Damn, he's not dead. Oh, well.
I think that there's about maybe 4 families.
Yes.
I think.
So there's the first family we're introduced with Joe and Joe.
Yeah.
The 2 boys.
Oh, there's Kirsten Dunst's one, because she's in it. There's
so
2 younger...
Yeah, so there's their family with the 2 girls.
Yep. There's the other family with Dennis, who we'll get to in a second.
There's the divorced couple.
Oh, that's
who
right.
Are pretending to stay to, like, that they're still together so that they still get the money.
Yeah.
And the last couple, which it has this weird guy and a drunk lady.
Oh, yeah, she was pretty funny.
Yeah, I liked her character.
Yes, so they're all there. They're all at the dining table. They're all talking.
They're all being horrible.
It's just basically there to set up the fact that they all just want his money. That's why they're there.
Dennis the Menace, he goes and makes fart noises in the silence.
So,
at the dinner table.
So he's sitting at the adults' tables making fart noises, and his dad's like, "Oh, son, stop doing that. Come with me. You got to go to the kids' table."
How about you go to the kids' table? He's like, "Why don't you make me?" And the dad gets up, grabs him by the neck, and drags him over. And I was like, yes, damn. Although that character's awful. They're both awful.
Yeah.
Everyone in all these scenes is awful.
Wasn't there a scene later on where Dennis was just bashing up one of the younger Joes? Correct.
So Dennis is like twice the age of all the other children.
Yeah.
He's like a teenager. But yeah, no, he's awful. Anyway.
It's not good. Not good. Then we're introduced to Molly. So he hired her to be his nurse.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an old man with a young, pretty nurse.
Yeah.
And
they're not, they're not sleeping together or anything.
No, it's a big plot point that she's not sleeping with him because she doesn't want to.
Yeah, which is
but she likes the old guy.
So she'll play a bigger part later on. Then we're finally, after like 20 minutes, finally introduced to Michael J. Fox's character.
Yeah.
He shows up. His name is Danny.
Yes, he's at a bowling alley.
He is at a bowling alley. So I think it's revealed he's the son of one of the other cousins.
So what happened was he was part of the cousin group that was at Uncle's table.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Hey, Uncle, you're a piece of garbage."
Yeah, and then he went away and
then started like fighting for world organizations and like fighting against injustices and like helping with charities.
Nah, he just went to jail a couple times.
Yeah, sure.
And then like his son, who is Michael J. Fox, has always been this young kid that Joe's always liked. Always thought was a good old.
So and then it
youngin'.
has this like little scene where it's like we all hated that kid because he was adorable and Joe loved him. But then he got taken away. So
yeah. Anyway, so we're introduced to him. He's a professional bowler.
Yes.
Unfortunately, though, he's not doing too well. He's got a sore wrist.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of
arthritis in his wrist from all his years of bowling. He has a girlfriend.
He does.
Who is a news reporter.
Yeah, well, kind of. Like, she works for the news channel.
Yeah, I think she's a news and camera work sort of thing.
Something like that, yeah. Her name is Robin, played by Nancy Travis, who was also pretty highly billed for this show.
Yeah,
She's
well,
done
she did pretty well.
tons of things. Yeah, and she was really, really solid in this.
Yep. Then they have this whole scene where he's like, you know what, I'm going to retire from the bowling.
Yeah. Like the traveling's too much. Again, the arthritis. It's just, it's just getting to him.
And so she's like, okay, what are you going to do then? He's like, well, I had this great offer, but it's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I can't afford it.
It's like to invest / run his own bowling alley or something.
Yeah,
like that.
which is cool.
It's a good opportunity.
But then
It's just a bit too much.
It costs too much money, unfortunately. He can't afford it. So instead, he's probably going to go and get a teaching degree to go and teach.
Then cut to the cousins, cut back to that horrible family. They've hired a detective to sneak around and take pictures of Molly so they can like see what she's doing.
No, they just clearly they've hired this detective before because they talk about how she was good enough to uncover the fact that the other people went into a divorce.
That's right. Yeah.
They're afraid that Molly's going to take all the money.
Yeah,
which would be the worst thing ever because they've worked
Molly's
so
not
hard
related.
for all this money.
Exactly.
They need it. They deserve it.
No.
They want it. They need to get it.
No.
So
they definitely want it.
Yeah. And they deserve it, Sandra, for all the hard work they've been kissing his ass for all these years.
Yeah, it's taken many nights.
They have this conversation and they're like, you know what would defeat Molly? We need to get that old cousin back.
Yeah, that young'un.
That young one that he loved as a child.
Yeah.
That will beat Molly. And so the detective gets on that.
Yeah. While the detective is off trying to find him, we see Michael J. Fox as Danny,
Danny
competing in a proper
yes
bowling tournament.
And he's doing real well. This is like a whole 10-minute movie in itself. Long. It's great. Because we got the intro for his character, which is like, oh, I'm not doing too great with the bowling. Then he has this whole scene where he's on fire. He's doing so well. He's doing the best bowling he's ever done in his life.
Yeah.
He's 5th place. This means he'll get into the top 5.
Yeah.
He'll be on TV. Bam, bam. He just needs to get this spare. And then he bowls, and he has the big split. Now, this split's one of the hardest split in bowling. I don't know if you guys know bowling. I know a bit of bowling from my Wii Sports professional bowling streak. But this is one of the hardest things. So what you need to do is hit it on the edge of the gutter so that the pin flies over to the other pin.
Yeah.
Over the other side. And he gets the strike. And of course, after this long moment, he does it!
Oh,
and the crowd goes wild. He did it. He got the strike. He's in. All he has to do is get 3 more pins. And so he goes up for the other one and he slips.
Yeah,
it's a gutter ball.
Gutter. It's so interesting how in like this 10-minute long sequence, it makes you care about this professional bowling thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you compare it to 8 seconds.
Oh, yeah, no.
For the majority of that film, I didn't really care about whether or not he wins or loses. But in this, you really do. So,
yeah, no.
It's good.
I mean, yeah.
It cuts back to the hotel room.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
He's
He's
just
like,
in his underwear.
I'm going to go get some food. And she's like...
What? You're going to go get food in your underwear?
And he's like, yes, I'm a man. I get to decide what I want to do in life. I'm going to go out in my underwear. In fact... I'm not even going to have my underwear on. And he takes his underwear off. He's butt naked.
I liked how he has a tattoo
Oh yeah,
of
that was
some bowling pins.
Yeah, no, that was a cute detail on his butt.
Right. Right
Right
there.
on the cheek.
Yeah, it's
Which
good.
we get a good view of.
Real
Thank
good.
you, Mr. Fox. Very cool.
Then the detective comes over. He opens the door. The detective's there. He's butt naked.
He's
He's like, "Oi, what's your name?"
and she says, Danny?
No.
Danny.
Whoa, really? No way. That's my name as well.
No, my name isn't Danny. My name's Detective blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's you, Danny. You're Danny, yes?
I'm Danny. Yes.
Yes.
But wait,
I'm a detective.
you're a detective. Well, maybe you can help me find some bloody pants.
It's great.
It is good.
It's great. Anyway, so
The timeline is weird though.
Okay, you had a problem with the timeline?
Only
With-
for the first half hour.
I didn't at all. It
Well,
was
'cause-
very clear.
so what happens? They have the scenes. They cut to the detective. This is a little while later.
Well, not this particular part. More the intro.
What do you mean?
Because, like, the film starts off in the morning, the family are getting ready to go over to
Yes.
Joe's house, then cut to Michael J. Fox. It's the evening.
Yes, because he's on like another side of the world.
Is he?
Yes.
Is that ever really...
Yes,
But
that's
then,
why...
even if he's on the other side of the world, these cousins are going over to Joe's house every day for, like, 2 solid weeks for this film.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, yeah, we know why, because they're assholes trying to get his money.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just there's something about it just didn't quite line up for
I
me.
mean,
But
it
I don't
lined
know.
up perfectly for me.
Cut to the family. What they
Yeah.
are doing in that particular moment is they're having a movie night.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
Yeah, it's Joe's birthday.
They sing really loudly and awfully with the children. It's horrible.
It is.
I love it.
The movie that they show him is it gets kind of sweet, but at the start, it's just like this cameraman that Joe hired to film like his birthday, probably like 20 something years ago.
Yeah.
And it opens with just him having like a full on conversation about the war. With like with what I assume is Michael J. Fox's dad in the
Yes,
film?
yes. Because that's like them.
It's showing them fighting,
Yeah.
which is like a plot point, because they fought and
Yeah.
they left. But then it actually shows little Downey. He's all suited up in this suit and hat. And his uncle's like, dude, the song! Come on, let's sing the song! And of course we have this cute little scene where he's got the child and he's going, so what could I do? What would I do?
The kid actually does a really solid
Yeah,
impression.
yeah, he
of-
does
of the song.
Look, for a child actor, I'll give it to him because he does a solid impression and he goes through all the lines.
Yeah.
And it shows his uncle being really into it. He's like, yeah, you sing the
great,
song. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They the next day, they cut to the next day.
Yeah.
And Danny's arrived at Uncle Joe's house. He opens the door. They're all like, "Oh, welcome, my young friend."
Yeah.
Say that, but I couldn't think of anything else to say. And they talk. Of course, Joe has just seen the video, so he's got that song fresh in his mind. He's like, "Hey, you remember the good old days when you used to do that song?
Yeah, sing the song.
Sing the song."
And the rest of the family is like, oh yeah, that'll make him happy. Sing the song. One of them says, that would be happy making.
Yes.
That's a direct quote.
You should sing the song and it'd be happy making.
Yes, sing the song. That would be happy making.
Pretty sure that's the drunk cousin. They have some alone time. The rest of the family goes off to, I don't know, plot world domination or something.
Yeah, no.
Just like grow mustaches and twirl them is what that side of the family loves doing.
Give me that money, boy.
And Danny and Joe have some alone time.
Yeah, he doesn't actually want to sing. By the way, this is a keeper.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm not going to sing that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing that. And they're like, oh, you didn't sing it?
Oh,
Gotta please the uncle. Come on. But the uncle seems alright.
Yeah. He does bring up the fact that he wants to invest in this bowling alley. Yeah.
And his uncle's like, hey, let's wrestle for the money.
Yeah, let's wrestle in the pool.
Wrestle in the pool. You come over here and wrestle me.
Yeah.
And if you win, you get all the money. I'm gonna wrestle an old man in a pool. That's not gonna be fair.
Joe, he wins.
Yeah, no, Joe beats him up.
It's a strange scene because like he holds Danny's head underwater,
Yeah.
but you can hear exactly what he's saying without any effects of like blah 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 blah. Like it's just like, oh no, but like his whole head's underwater.
There's like a muffled sort of thing. It's alright.
It's
a
you know it's
an
a bit
old
of fun
thing. Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
a bit of fun.
he wins, and Danny's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So he gets out of the pool, but he's like, you know what? I will give you that money.
Yeah.
All you need to do is call up your dad and tell him I was right and he was wrong.
Yeah.
And you take my side.
And he's like, oh, jeez, Doc, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, jeez, Rick, no, thank you.
If he's probably in jail or something like that. He probably says that.
What?
I liked the next scene a lot. It's Molly is like walking back from the pool.
Oh, yeah.
She's seen everything that's going on and is like, oh no, he's probably gonna get all the money.
Yeah.
Oh well. She walks back. A bunch of the cousins spot her.
Yeah.
And they kind of like surround her and they're like, hey you, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I don't like you at all. I didn't like the Beatles, and I don't like you either.
Wow. Shots fired at the Beatles, by the way. Just destruction 100.
And these cousins straight up like threaten to.
Yeah, so like they start off with just like harassing her and stuff, but one of them takes it a step further, which is like, you know, a lot of people get into accidents, you know, and they're like, whoa,
what are you talking about? I'm just saying that people get into accidents sometimes.
Yeah, like steps over a line where he literally threatens her. She's like, oh no, I'm not afraid of you guys if you want to be like this, and then she leaves.
Yeah. Cut to the next day.
Yep.
It's just a race at this point. It's just a race to get the money. The cousins are getting violent. Molly is
stepping up a gang, just trying to get the money. And Danny, he starts turning into a greedy boy.
He does. But he doesn't realize that. He still thinks that like he wants to take care of
his uncle and all that. Uncle. But you can see him slowly turning into his like cousins.
Yeah.
And getting all greedy.
So he goes to his last resort. His last resort is to sing that song. Yes. And he's like, oh, you know what? These cousins are gonna probably cause accidents. Molly's probably gonna get it. I've got to resort to singing the song. Yeah. So he does.
He sings the song, and they all have this big sing-along. His girlfriend's like, you said you weren't going to sing the song because it was stupid. And now look at you. You're dancing around and sliding on the balusters.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. You're putting on a gravelly voice. It's going to wreck your voice. Don't do that.
I don't remember that bit.
That's not a part of it. But that's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't do that. No. I can already feel it hurting my vocal cords.
You're hurting my ears, at least.
That as well.
And he's like, no, I'm fine. I just want to help him out. I don't want the money.
Because he's worried that Molly's just going to dump him in a retirement home. And
she's worried that he's going to dump him and Joe into a retirement home. So they both think the other person's going to dump him, but they're not.
Oh, well.
So at this point at the movie, it's just sort of droning on till the next sort of scene. We're waiting. This is the point where it's like a lull in the movie for me.
Yeah,
where it gets kind of boring because we're just waiting for the next like big thing to happen.
Everyone's mad at this point. Yeah. Everyone's just angry.
He has a conversation with his girlfriend. His girlfriend is like, you're turning into a greedy boy.
Yeah.
He's like, no. At this point, I'm guaranteed to get the money.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it to any of the cousins. I'll maybe give their kids some scholarships or something.
I may give Molly $1 million.
Yeah. This is when the cousins burst in. They're like, what? We made a deal. You're going to give us the money. And he's like, nah, I didn't agree to anything. Then Molly comes in and she's like, oh, I knew you guys would be all conspiracizing together.
Yeah. And she's like, that's it, last resort. Gonna have to go and sleep with Joe.
Yeah, and they're like,
oh no.
Oh no.
It hasn't aged well, but I don't think it was meant to age well in the first place.
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure this is all like looked on as like this is horrible.
Yeah,
This
I'm
shouldn't be
pretty
what's
sure.
happening.
I'm pretty sure.
And it shows that. I think it's
Yeah.
But
like it's not even played for laughs, really. It's just sort of
it's
there.
just the sort of plot. No, because this is where the movie's turning nasty. That's the whole point. Is that everyone's turning nasty. It's horrible. Greed has corrupted this whole place. Then,
in the nick of time,
out from the shadows comes Danny's dad. And he's like, hey, man, you haven't changed in all these years. You're still just as greedy as you used to be. I was hoping you weren't. And then he goes down and he has a fight with his son. He's like, son, you either got to pick him or you got to pick me. My way or his way.
Molly's like, I'm done with this. I'm leaving. I'm going.
Yeah, Molly at this point, she has like an epiphany after what this dad has said about greed and other things, that you're all horrible people. She's like, you know what? He's probably right. I have turned rather bad.
Yeah.
So she leaves.
Then, in a big plot twist way, and this was when I started getting those Clue vibes pretty strong.
This is getting back into it. This is where the movie goes up from the lull. He's like, oh yeah, that wasn't my real dad. That was an actor. And everyone's
he reveals
like,
this to his cousins. Yeah.
No, not his cousin. His girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
And the girlfriend's like, what?
You did what?
All right, that's it. I'm leaving you. I'm done with this. You have just turned into a greedy boy. If you take a cent of his money, I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm. A cut to the bank.
Yeah.
Joe's preparing to sign everything off to Danny. His cousins, they burst in. And they're like, hey, stop what you're doing right there. We got something to show you, Uncle Joe. It's like, the real dad.
Bum, bum, bum. So, yeah, his real dad comes in and he's like, Dad, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to diss you. I don't know why I've turned so greedy. I'm so sorry. And they have a hug and it's very touching.
I didn't mean to get influenced by Uncle Joe.
It's revealed after this that Joe's actually in debt. He doesn't actually have any money. All his assets are to be sold because he's actually in debt by like 9 million or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is when the cousins freak out. They're like, what? You didn't even have any money? And one of them goes up to him, we've been eating your beep for 20 years and saying, yummy. It's like, I can't believe this. We spent 20 years.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I said we should have put you in a home, but none of you had the balls.
None of you had the balls.
None of you had the balls to put him in. And he starts beating up Danny.
Yeah.
And Danny's like, what Danny say? He has this quote.
Oh, he's like, oi, shut up, cousin. One more word out of you and I'll kick your ass up so high you'll have to take off your shirt to crap.
Yeah, which was amazing. Then they start fighting and it's like this full-out fight scene, which is amazing.
It's good.
They're on the tables. The lawyers call security.
The security gets bashed up.
No, it's great. And then they get him off. Danny, only he starts fighting the other cousins.
Yeah.
One of them says he's wanted to do this for years and just socks him in the balls.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh.
He's like, ooh, you did have the balls after all.
Yep.
And then, they all end up just leaving. They're all like, I'm done with this family. I'm done.
Yep.
The only one who stays is Danny.
And he has a good talk with him. He's just really disappointed.
Yeah.
And then he leaves to go get his girlfriend back.
Yep. He gets her back. They're like, oh, you know what? It was an adventure. I did things I'm not proud of, and I
hope I never turn into that person again.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, what happened? What happened to your uncle?
I don't know. I wonder what happened. I do kind of care for him.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go check on him.
Yeah.
So he does. He goes to a hospital.
And they decide to adopt him.
Yeah.
Sort of. They're going to take care of him in their house. They're going to give him a room and whatever.
He finds Joe. He's like, we're going to adopt you. What do you think about that? Joe's like, oh, lovely idea. Much better than staying here with nothing but my shirt and my jeans.
Yeah. Anyway, he gets him a new hat because he's even lost that.
Such a good hat.
It's a hat with like a clappy thing on it. It's great.
Yeah, I think they were over to
Yeah, so they go
apartment.
they go to their apartment and he's like, all right, this is where you're going to be staying with us. And he's like, I don't like this room. He's like, all right, we can swap the rooms, I guess. And they go over to their room and say, okay, you can stay in here, we'll stay in the other room. And he's like, I don't like this. And at this point, Danny's like, oh, come on. He's like that bit of corn that gets stuck in your teeth and you just can't get it out no matter how hard you try. He's horrible.
Yeah.
And they go into the living room and they're like, come on, man, you got to be better than this. And he's like, no, I want to go back to my mansion. Why can't we go back to my mansion?
And Danny's like, what? Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
They look out the window. Who is it? None other than the butler and Molly.
They're like waving hello, and he's like, wait a minute. You're not poor at all. And he's like, as rich as ever. Pranked twist. He was never poor.
That's right. You can come live at the mansion now, and and you can have all my money. Don't tell your cousins.
Yep.
'Cause they all suck.
And then he gets out of his wheelchair and walks away, and they're like, what? And that's the end of the film.
And that's the end of the film.
It was great.
Honestly, I enjoyed this one a lot.
Yeah, no, it was really enjoyable. You have to see it to fully understand how great the movie is.
It's like part comedy. It's definitely a comedy, but it also has some,
It's like a full comedy, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, it's got some serious notes. It's a little bit like it's like a sort of play that you would probably go see. It's that sort of like small one location sort of thing. It's really good.
It's a proper comedy, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I was not expecting to enjoy this film so much, but we both agree that we really enjoyed this film.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? Is Greedy and Oldie or a Goodie?
I'm definitely going with Goodie. It was great. And apparently the dog agrees.
The dog agrees as well. I'd go Goodie as well.
Yeah, no.
I'd agree.
I think this is just a really good film. And it's really sad that it didn't make...
it is a shame, yeah.
Because honestly, I think it deserves way better. Because I really enjoyed the film.
I thought it was pretty solid. I'm starting to feel like we're starting to get into the groove of some decent releases.
Yeah, because this is like a really good film.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think this is the definition of...
A goodie, yeah.
A goodie, a forgotten film that people should check out.
Yeah, a gem in the rough,
as
one might say.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Diamond in the rough.
If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, 100%, Greedy, check it out. Quite a bit of fun.
I definitely suggest you should check it out. I don't think we gave it enough justice of how good this film is. The timing of all the jokes and the lines is really well executed. All the acting is fantastic.
Michael J. Fox is just fantastic in this as well.
He's I haven't seen a thing where he's not great, so
Same.
good on him.
Yeah.
All the timing for everything, all the acting is perfect. I feel like, it's definitely a super underrated film. And you should definitely go check it out.
Definitely check it out. And that's the episode.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool. So what are we checking out next week?
Well,
you're picking, yeah?
I think, yes.
Yeah,
I am picking next week.
Here's your choices, Sandra.
Right, hit me.
Okay. So we got the Hudsucker Proxy.
That's a good name.
That is a ridiculous name. I don't know how to even pronounce... That's ridiculous. It's a comedy by the Coen brothers.
Oh, yes. Okay,
This
all right.
freshman becomes the president of the company.
Ooh.
That sounds pretty good.
Young fish out of water comedy.
Yeah.
Sounds good,
Do you like our comedies?
Do you like Coen Brothers?
We've got the Guarding Tess, but it's Nicolas Cage's.
Oh, we're hitting the goodies.
Yeah, is a Secret Service agent who is hired to protect the widow of the president.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and then we've got The Ref. So it's a dark comedy about someone holding an arguing couple hostage, also known as hostile hostages.
Okay. I mean, no, it's not as great as the other two.
Yep. And then we've got 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
I've heard of that.
A very, very popular comedy. I know that one. There's some tough choices here. So you got the Hudsucker Proxy, which is a comedy by the Coen brothers.
I love Coen brothers.
We got the Guarding Tess, which is Nicolas Cage, which I guess the ladies Tess. That's a garbage name.
It's not a good title.
Not Tess.
Yeah.
Great name. I mean, the title of the movie is
Yeah.
garbage. You got The Ref.
The Ref is not a good film title either.
Yeah, no.
For what that film sounds
Yeah,
like
no,
it
it
is.
sounds like a football movie or
Yeah.
something. The dark comedy. And then
Yeah.
we got Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Okay.
What do you want to see? Because
Oh man.
I've been to the Four Weddings and a Funeral, but I also want to see every movie that Nicolas Cage has ever
Yeah.
produced ever.
Uh,
But also the Coen brothers.
The Ref is a write-off for me. I don't think.
Yeah, no,
I
I think
that
the-
doesn't sound super interesting.
It doesn't have any of the key catches that the other
No.
ones do.
As much as I love Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
don't know if that concept strikes me as much
But
as
I
the
wanna
other
see
two, though.
every Nicolas Cage movie ever.
We can
someday.
save it for maybe bonus.
Yeah, maybe we do
keep
bonus
it to the
Cage.
side. Yeah.
We do bonus. Every movie we find with Nicolas Cage, we save
All right.
and do him as some bonus Cage.
So it really is between Four Weddings and a Funeral and Hudsucker Proxy for me.
Yeah.
Is Hudsucker Proxy before Fargo? I'm gonna quickly have a look at
I
that.
don't know.
Because I love Coen Brothers, but I don't think I've seen
That's
any
true.
of their films before Fargo. It is before Fargo.
Okay.
Ooh! Alright, we're doing Hudsucker Proxy.
Okay.
We'll do Coen
alright,
Brothers
we'll do
next week.
Hudsucker Proxy and keep that one for the Four Weddings and a Funeral for later.
I want to see
Okay.
what number of film it is that they made. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the fifth film by Coen Brothers. Do I want to watch 4 previous Coen Brothers films to catch up on this?
Do you?
Yes?
What? Okay, look. If
But-
you want to do that, if
Yeah.
you want to watch the 4 other Coen brothers,
Yep.
so you're fully caught up on all of it, just before that, you can do that.
Alright.
You do that.
You don't want to do it.
I'll see this movie.
Yeah.
I'll probably enjoy it, but you can tell me if it was worth seeing 4 Coen brothers movies.
What if I watch them all?
Uh-huh.
We do a bonus episode in a couple days
Oh yeah.
where I talk about those 4 films.
Uh-huh.
You got to pick one to watch to prepare yourself for Hudsucker for next week.
Oh no.
Is that a good idea for a bonus? Our first bonus episode? Nah, we're doing it. We're doing it.
What do you mean that?
Because
Alright.
then it's a good excuse
what?
for me to
Yeah.
watch 4 Coen Brother films.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? It's Coen Brother films. I can see one. So what are we gonna do? So you're gonna see all of them.
Yep, I'll watch all 4.
I'll
In
pick
the lead
one.
up.
I'll watch that one,
Yeah.
and then we'll see the movie.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we think.
For the week. So, what's a good middle point? I guess Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bonus episode on Tuesday.
Bonus Tuesday.
Join us then. Yeah, well, that's the episode anyway.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done. Thank you for listening.
Anyway, we gotta find a quote. Now, there's a lot of quotes. Our
There are a
favorite
lot of quotes.
quote.
While you're finding one, I'll just quickly say,
Yep.
if you listen to us on iTunes, writing a quick review would be greatly appreciated. It really does help get the show out in front of people. We're on YouTube. Episodes go out on Monday on YouTube for video versions. We're also both on Instagram. If you want some funny photos, Instagram. Links in episode description. And yeah, the bonus episode on Tuesday, Hudsucker Proxy next Friday. I don't know what my favorite quote would be.
I've got mine.
Okay.
We ate your crap for 20 years and said, yummy, good crap. And now you're poor as dirt.
It's funny because I think my favorite quote comes from the same scene.
Yeah.
One more word out of you and I'll kick your ass so high up you'll have to take off your shirt to crap.
Yeah. Woo.
It's some good quotes.
Thank you very much for listening.
See ya.